Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Real Good Stuff, the podcast where we talk about movies. Two guys, very original. I'm Keaton from The Buzz. I'm joined by...
Eric.
Eric. A.k.a. your boy Dickface.
That's right.
Just so you're aware, because I keep forgetting to shout them out at the beginning of the podcast, this podcast is sponsored by Skillshare. And thanks so much to them for sponsoring this quality content while we review a quality movie. AKA Dark Phoenix. Yeah.
So this is the final entry?
Probably the final movie.
Well, no, I mean...
The New Mutant is still technically scheduled.
It's not going to come out.
It's still scheduled for August.
I'm telling you.
However, it probably won't come out.
No, but also this is... Even in the trailers, they they refer to it as like the last one. The last in the series. And, it's technically, unintentionally, the culmination of like 19 years. It's not the culmination, but it's the end, really. Just of a saga that's been going on since 2000. And, long story short, because, everybody knows by now, but Disney has now acquired Fox, so they have the rights to the XMen now, finally, after countless years of begging, I guess, but, long story short, sometimes you gotta go down in flames before you're reborn, Sometimes you really just gotta crash and burn alive and just die.
Wow, how metaphorical. Now, this is obviously not the first time they've tried to do the Dark Phoenix arc. They did it in The Last Stand as well. Yeah, much better.
Did they? I mean, like, honestly, they're both.
I say that as a joke.
I
say that as a joke, but
I'm not gonna lie, they're both pretty terrible, to be honest.
See,
like they're both pretty inaccurate.
No, yeah, I watched a video by NerdSync actually about Dark Phoenix.
I've never understood why they're so adamant on doing that story, but like the thing is,
it's like one of the biggest X-Men things ever.
But they always rush into it, like for example. Again, we just got introduced to this version of Jean Grey in the last movie. And now we're supposed to care about one of her biggest
The
arcs.
last movie was like 3 years ago, too. It's been a minute.
And I mean, like, and even that aside, because, it was supposed to come out last year, but it was delayed, a lot because, there was behind the scenes stuff. There was a lot of reshoots. I think this isn't directed by Matthew Vaughn. I think it's Simon
Also,
King's.
they were shooting other movies in between Deadpool 2 and Logan.
And this is actually Simon Kingberg's
directorial debut.
Yes, that's right.
And the writer.
And and he's one of those dudes that you never know if he's good or not because his name's on everything good, but it's also on everything bad. Like he's written like Days of Future Past, but he's also written Fantastic Four, Fan-4-Stick. And then like so you never no, shut up.
Both great movies.
Shut up. And
I still haven't seen Fan-4-Stick, I'll be honest. But from what I understand, the director of that is just a dick. So like, no matter what.
Josh Trank?
Yeah, really just a dickhead.
Yeah, no, that's a whole story in general. But yeah, and so so there was a lot of reshoots and stuff with this movie. I mean, rumor has it that apparently they reshot the entire ending to bring it from space to a train, which I
kind of get that now.
Yeah, and
because the entire thing I was thinking at the very end was like, wow, compared to the beginning, this whole last part seems super low budget.
Yeah.
It's all on a fucking train.
Yeah, no, it's very like, finishing up with the behind the scenes stuff, like, there was a lot of reshoots. I know they delayed this movie like twice. I remember in one instance they released the trailer and then they were with a date. And the very next day, they were like, hey, it's delayed again. Like, I think one of the trailers says it was supposed to come out in February. And, and apparently rumor has it, that, Disney saw it and they were like, yeah, we're not releasing this shit.
Okay, so the thing about that, though, is, like, it probably would have been even worse if it came out originally.
No, yeah, that's true.
Although,
I don't know, though.
Is it a good movie? Probably not.
I started hearing now there's rumors that there's actually, like, apparently Disney had a lot to do why this movie sucked. And, like, apparently... I don't know how true it is, but apparently there is an uncut version, like, out there, some Snyder cut shit going on where, like,
No.
Yeah, there's some cut that is way longer. Which, I mean, I believe there's a cut that's longer. Whether it's good or not, that's a whole entirely different thing. Because, again, look, let's say hypothetically a movie was good. Because, I mean, look, spoiler alert. It's not. At least, I don't think it is. It's not a very good movie.
See that? Okay, the thing was, too, I put off watching this movie because I thought it was going to suck. Mm-hmm. And much like Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
That's probably a better movie than this. But,
shit, I don't know about that.
But the thing about it, this movie actually had me the first 10-15 minutes. It was all pretty good stuff.
But yeah, I mean, again, I don't understand why they're so insistent on doing that. It's again, it's kind of like doing Civil War as Captain America's second movie, and even then, not even second.
That's no. Actually, you had a second Captain America over 20 years.
No, not even. That's like, let's say Captain America didn't get his own movie. Let's say he was just in Avengers. Mm. He was introduced in Avengers. Then the next movie is Civil War. Or he dies.
Just when it comes to the stakes and stuff like that, this movie is kind of has some pretty large stakes. But
it doesn't.
It becomes super small scale.
Yeah, it does. It goes.
But it's oh yeah, we're gonna destroy the planet, you get that in some exposition, and then that's about it.
Yeah, then it just goes from that to a very intimate story. Now, I don't know. I mean, that's cool. It's refreshing, but I don't know if it was intimate on purpose or, again, just budget ran out and they're like, okay, well, we got to make this smaller scale now. Or because tonally, yeah, it starts off very grandiose like the usual ones, but then it gets very small, very personal really quickly. But again, there's so many things, man. The acting, I think, is pretty fucking shit. I mean, aside from Magneto and Michael Fassbender and what's his name, James McAvoy, I thought everybody else was pretty terrible, to be honest. I mean, Sophie Turner. I mean, I haven't seen her in Game of Thrones.
She's pretty.
I haven't seen her in Game of Thrones, but I have a pretty bad impression of her so far from Apocalypse and this. I mean, she could be good for all I know and in other stuff. Maybe it's just the way they write her, but some of the dialogue is really corny. I mean, don't even get me started on Jennifer Lawrence. You could just tell that.
Actually, no, I thought she did actually pretty well this movie. Comparatively, where she's phoning it in a lot of the past ones. She only has a few scenes, but when she's actually talking to Charles, that part was actually pretty good because she actually displayed some emotion and shit.
Okay, you know what? I think the more so with her is just the writing. Okay, now that we're talking...
Also, I like her design a bit more in this, where it's the lighter blue, the contrast against the things, as opposed to her looking like blue painted latex.
Yeah, I mean, it's because, again, she was like, yeah, I'm not going to go through that shit again. So they were like, fine, fuck it, we'll just paint you. But
speaking of costume stuff, the main villain, her wig very much looks like a white wig.
Fucking hell, dude.
I don't know that actress's name. I know
Jessica Chastain.
Chastain.
She's in. Yeah, she was in It.
The It trailer before this, she has some better acting than she does this whole.
No, she's good. It's just, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this movie in particular. I'm telling you, dude. This it starts out with them going to space, which I'm like, cool, finally, because the X-Men, they tend to do a lot of that stuff, but
also Magneto, I'm just thinking about it because he's in the trailer. He killed millions of people.
Yeah, no, dude.
He helped to kill millions of people over the last one or two movies, and then they just give him an island.
That's the thing. Dude, every single. It's funny in the trailer because I almost thought this has to be self-referential. They have to be self-aware of this because in the trailer, Magneto says, "Charles, there's always a speech, and then nobody cares," or something like that. Because this dude, every movie, he does something like what? In Days of Future Past, he almost kills the president.
Yeah.
Then he doesn't, so whatever, he can excuse that. But then, in Apocalypse, he helps kill millions. Yeah. And even in the end of that movie, it's just the same old shit, see you later, old friend. It's bro, no, you have to.
And the U.S. government gave him a fucking island.
Yeah, then the next one, it's just hey, again, just kind of, forget what happened. I mean, and also the whole thing with Mystique and him,
who?
And
Magneto?
Yeah. That was literally a first class thing. It didn't even last that long,
They loved her though.
I don't understand.
They loved her.
Dude, there's this, like, okay, we're kind of jumping around, but like,
I just realized something, and this isn't really a spoiler. She doesn't change to look like anyone else the entire movie. She changes into herself as Jennifer Lawrence, and that's it.
Oh yeah, you're right. holy shit! That's
the character with shape-shifting superpowers doesn't change into anyone else.
Holy shit!
Which, like, granted, the story didn't really give her a reason to do it, but it's just funny that it's like, oh yeah, Jennifer Lawrence really doesn't want to fucking do this.
Yeah, no, you could tell because like when First Class came out, she was still kind of like an up and comer. Yeah, you know, so she's
like, oh fuck, I'm locked into this.
Yeah. By the time I think, by the time it was, which one was it? Probably Days of Future Past. That's when she started getting big, and that was 2014, right? Yeah, that was like Hunger Games and stuff. So
2011 is when First Class was.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hunger Games came out around then.
Yeah, and then
she got paid like $10,000 or something stupid for the first movie.
Jesus,
that was for Hunger Games. The where she was a lead.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I don't know how X-Men went, but maybe it would seem more lucrative. But then now she was kind of contractually obligated to do these.
Yeah, and like I don't know, like movie wise, the main complaints is really bad writing. I mean, it's a little inconsistent. There's a lot of things from the past movies that they just never get brought back up again. You know, and I'll go into more into detail with that in spoilers. But you know, as far as like the movie itself, you know, it's just it's also got really weird pacing because I remember it made like I didn't realize we were until the third act until we were in it.
The pacing is a bit weird.
Yeah, and I was just like, wait. We're already in the third act, like.
What? And then the third act, Magneto and Charles is just like, just on a street. It seems super low budget.
Oh yeah, no, and like,
because there's like 2 third act things, like
like I mean the space stuff. It was cool because it's refreshing to finally see them in space.
That the whole first part's pretty decent.
Although I was thinking like they don't really explain how they can breathe. Did I miss something? You just left it. I
think it's implied that Jean Grey is like fixing the ship and doesn't need to and can protect herself.
But even before that, they're like shape. I don't know. They're like shape. They're not. No, like Nightcrawler's got them going into other parts of the ship, like Cyclops, but he can still breathe. They never really make it seem like he's holding his breath because he talks.
Because they put the helmet on him after. Because the ship was still together enough
They only put the helmet on.
Yeah, but the ship was still together enough, so they put the helmet on him because the ship's breaking apart and it's open now.
Look, just for the movie's sake, let's pretend that it was stupid, okay?
No.
Yes. But
I think the whole first part was pretty decent.
No, it was. Yeah, it was.
It's super cheesy, like what I imagine like old school X-Men is, where it's like, oh my god, some astronauts need help in space. Can we take the jet up that high?
Yeah, that was in like
Mr. President.
Yeah, the president. That's some Adam West Batman.
This isn't really a spoiler because it happens in like the first few minutes, but he has a fucking X phone where he can call Charles Xavier.
Yeah. Dude,
it's like Powerpuff Girls, bro.
I mean, like, continuity-wise, like, again, everybody's supposed to be, like, 40 years older than First Class. But they look the same. Yeah. I mean, literally, Beast, he still looks the same. Charles.
Which, like, okay, for him, you could, like, argue, like, maybe, but, like...
Yeah, you know.
But Magneto's 60 years old.
Yeah, but, like, having seen what they're supposed to look like in 10 years, like, not even 10, 8.
The original X-Men is not really canon anymore.
Well, but just because those movies aren't canon doesn't mean they don't look like that. Canon wise, like in a couple of years, you know what I mean? They're still the same age. They weren't sorta. Nothing in the past. If I look a certain way in 2025, let's say we change stuff now. I'm still gonna look the same.
Shit really went downhill in 1999. Let me tell you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
it all caught up with him.
Yeah, just, you know, it's... can we get into spoilers now? There's so much shit about this thing.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about spoilers.
Oh, actually, look, last thing, I think this movie's biggest crime is probably... Not that it's... Because it's not really, like, bad. Like, not even so bad, it's good. To me, it was just kind of like... Jeez, this is just kind of boring.
Do you think this is ending the universe on a wet fart?
Yeah. I think this is the worst one, probably.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. And I don't think it's because, like, you know... Like, again, that it's so bad in quality. It's just, you know, I think its biggest thing is just it's kind of... there's some good not even really some good parts. Like honestly,
there's some good parts.
Yeah, but like there's nothing that makes me go, I would watch this again just for that. You know, like for example, Apocalypse was pretty bad, but I'd still go and watch the Quicksilver scene or the fuck, what else was it?
There was
a
no,
Wolverine one.
They did Quicksilver so dirty in this movie.
Dude, like
ridiculously dirty.
I'm telling you, yeah, let's just so I just think yeah, it was mainly, it's the worst one. There's nothing I would go back here to see. It's very intimate, but the thing is, the problem with that is that you don't really care about any of these characters. Like, you don't really give a fuck about Jean Grey going through all this because you literally just met her. It's like if you meet someone and they just start telling you their life issues, you're just like, whoa.
You never played a Bethesda game?
Yeah, and then just again, they're just redoing the same like storyline.
Also, side note before we get into spoilers. Magneto's henchmen are fucking useless. It's just the most random X-Men ever.
Oh yeah,
no
one have known. Also, hey, they're just those fucking dog. I swear to God, Fox is the king of like, because I saw a post about this, but it's true. They are really the king of like giving you blue balls with like actual comic accurate suits. Like I remember seeing the Wolverine, and they showed. I mean, it was an alternate scene, but they showed like a comic accurate Wolverine suit.
And he was like, ha! Not in a million years.
Yeah. And then, what else? And at the end of I will not understand this. They literally had those suits made. They were in the last
I think the X suits in this movie were fine.
They look fucking terrible.
They
look cheap as fuck. Like it's some shit I could get from Walmart, to be honest.
Okay, they look like a realistic version of the old X-Men costumes.
But if they have like the ones they made specifically already made, why wouldn't you wear them? Like they were badass, man. They look good.
Okay. It's okay.
No, it's not.
It's all done. It's all over.
God. Yeah. As the last note, this is, you can tell it's just kind of like, fuck. We really screwed the pooch with the timeline. We really
they screwed the pooch with the timeline since the fourth movie.
Well, because in Days of Future Past, it was supposed to fix all that, and then like literally the next movie, they're just like, yeah.
You have to give it to them as a franchise. After taking place over like 20 years,
yeah,
they do a timeline reboot. Like they have a comic book event where they reset the fucking timeline, which has never happened in like the MCU. And at this point, the MCU would really suffer if you did that. I mean, at least at this stage. Yeah.
No, they can make it work.
Oh, you want a new Iron Man?
I mean, no, that's not what I meant. But no, yeah, I mean,
because the actors at this point are fucking 20 years older than they originally were. Yeah. So they were like, nope, we're going to get out of here. And then Days of Future Past was kind of like, okay, some new people, some old people, and then just kind of mixing them together. And it's like, okay, like when Apocalypse rolls around, it's like entirely new cast.
And then immediately, like, we'll get more into spoilers. Okay. But I mean, that's for me, yeah, this movie's like a fucking, actually, we give them at the end, right?
Yeah, we can give we'll give score at the end.
No.
Alrighty, before we get into spoilers, though, I do want to say that this episode is sponsored by Skillshare. You can get 2 months free of online learning, over 20,000 classes, just by signing up via our link down there. It's normally less than $10 a month, but again, you get 2 months free. Basically the Netflix of learning, so you can learn about filmmaking, podcasting, music stuff. I know Eric is working on music right now. Maybe he could learn some stuff via our free trial.
I'm good.
I don't know if that's illegal for us to click our own link, but we'll... is that the police?
Fuck.
Oh, no. So anyway, check out that free trial link in the description down below. Any clicks of that and free trials will support the show directly, and we greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into spoilers.
The amount of shit they just leave behind. Like, the main thing I thought about was like, wow, they really didn't touch on, Quicksilver and Magneto.
No.
First of all, Quicksilver's not even in it, really.
Yeah,
He's in it at the beginning.
They fucking knock him out. Because either Evan Peters is busy, probably the American Horror Story or something else. So they just fucking knock him out.
Yeah,
Either because he's too overpowered or like they didn't want him around.
Or just again, I mean, I don't understand because
he probably had a limited 5 days.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah,
okay, hey man, no, this is what it seems like.
Well, to me. Showman bruises for one scene, and then he's out of the movie now.
In the original cut, he was probably in it a lot more, but then they were like, okay, we have to reshoot half the movie, and he was like, I'm not available. So, you know,
it's possible.
Yeah, so they're just like, all right, you know, knock his ass
out. And also,
out.
they like almost went through with the Quicksilver as Magneto's son thing in the last movie.
Yeah, but then they pushed it out the last second. They were like, okay, no, we're gonna explore more in Dark Phoenix. Isn't even touched on.
No.
Literally isn't even touched on. And, you know, again,
I feel like the whole X-Men franchise could have done from like a fan service type movie. Whereas like Logan is like a love letter to Logan as a character.
Yeah.
It would have been cool to have like a fan servicey type movie to end it on.
Right.
Which I get it's hard to do with an acquisition. It's hard to like plan around that.
Yeah.
But like X-Men really hasn't had like a fanfare type movie. This is just kind of going through the motions, if that makes sense.
I'd say the one that is fanfare is probably Days of Future Past.
Yeah. Days
but it's not even like that much, you know.
It has time travel in it too, so it's basically, if you think about it, the end game of the X-Men universe.
All right.
It really is.
Okay. All right.
Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
That's enough.
Think about it.
That's enough. But you know, like Jubilee's not in it. I mean,
no one's in it.
Yeah,
no one's in it.
Granted, she wasn't really like a big part of it to begin with, but you know, like what else? What else is there? Fuck, I had a bunch of things that were like.
There's aliens in this movie.
Oh,
which is the first time aliens have been mentioned at all, and they really just gloss over it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I remember they came down and they started shape-shifting. I was like, oh shit. I was like, and these are mutants. I was like, so no one's just gonna be like, hey, what the fuck is it?
Yeah, so they're not Skrull.
Yeah,
they're
Shi'ar. No, it's not Shi'ar. It's some other race that they're kind of
low-key. It's Jabari or something. Jabari. Fucking hell.
Dubai. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
I'm gonna look it up now. Something.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's Shi'ar. Dabari. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Dabari.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's even part of the original Dark Phoenix line. I know there's some aliens in it.
The Dark Phoenix, it's a pretty big story. Like, honestly, there's no way you could actually compact that into one movie, at least. You know, and with...
I mean, the way they started it, it's a little rushed, but, like, it worked pretty well for at least the start of it. But, like...
No, yeah, but, well, like,
they didn't let Jean Grey go full evil.
That's... Yeah, okay, that's...
She's like, I can't control myself. And she, like... She gets angry at some people who are trying to kill her with the military guys.
That's the whole fucking... Like, that's all she says.
Which is, by the way, an unintentionally hilarious scene because Michael Fassbender is just going...
Oh, yeah.
And, like, making all these faces and getting super red in the face. Get out the helicopter and leave.
Also, another thing is... Like, oh, yeah.
It's so goofy.
I'm not going to lie. I dug that scene. I actually thought that was really cool.
But it looks so fucking goofy. And I think we laughed at different parts of this movie.
Yeah, no.
We watched this one separately.
Yeah, no, but...
You said the F-bomb in this movie was hilarious. I thought it was fine in context.
You did?
If you touch her, I'm gonna fucking kill her. Or kill you.
No. Like, that was fine. There was only 4 of us in the theater, and we all laughed when he said that.
If you touch her, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Even my dad laughed, man. And he doesn't even understand English that well. but he was just like he told me after, he's like, the way that kid acted was like, you know.
Oh, Ansel Elgort, he fucking sucked in this movie.
What'd you say?
Ansel Elgort?
Oh, no, that's fucking... No, that's funny.
They both have the puffy lips, okay? Come on.
I mean, I guess. No,
exactly, it's not even him. Who the fuck is...
Ty Sheridan, something like that. Yeah, Ty...
Ew. Okay, even worse. Oh, God, he's literally knockoff Ansel Elgort.
That's a bad
Let's get that out of the way.
I mean, not really.
Yes, he is. He's lip.
Doesn't really even look
he
like
has lip guys. He's lip guy. He doesn't act very well. He was in. Was it
Player One?
Yeah, it wasn't that good either. He's just not a good actor. But I feel like he's like the guy or the kid that people are trying to push, kind of like Jai Courtney.
No.
You know who Jai Courtney is? Who was the guy before that who was like in Clash of the Titans and stuff like that?
I don't know.
The generic action guy.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Just for reference. I'm talking about generic action people. What was I saying though? Yeah, so a lot of the X-Men didn't do much. I don't know why I typed in class action. Nightcrawler sucks in this movie. He's terrible acting.
Oh, acting, that's something else. I thought what he did was pretty cool, at least.
Goofy. He's just goofy looking.
Sam Worthington?
Sam Worthington used to be the action guy. I'm not saying that he's going to be that, but like he's the guy that people push to be in action movies and it doesn't quite like hit. Yeah. But somebody like The Rock hits, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's never who you expect. But yeah, no, he has nothing going for him. Nightcrawler turns into like a killer all of a sudden, and he's like smiling about it. It's like this just looks really goofy.
It didn't look goofy, but I was just kind of like, where is this coming from? Like,
they killed somebody. I don't even remember who. He killed the soldier who said, "Oh, my kid was a fan of yours," and let him free. They killed that guy, and that's why he went on a murderous rampage.
Really? And
started stabbing these almost invulnerable aliens with knives and killing them and snapping their necks. But okay, yeah.
Oh, jeez, man. I
There's one part in the fucking train fight where, like, Magneto and the mind reader girl, they look over each other and they smile, and then one of the aliens grabs her in the head and just throws her out into the green screen, and that's just how she dies.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking laughed in the theater, and no one else was laughing. I laughed in the fucking theater.
No, I didn't laugh, but I was just like, why would you look at each other that long? And like, come on.
But, like, it's just so goofy, because she just gets pulled into the green screen, and she's like... And that's when Magneto decides to get serious.
Nah, man. Look,
Magneto on the train was fucking great. That was great.
No, he was, man.
Great.
That's what I'm saying.
Great
that's what I'm saying. He's such a fucking waste of like a good ass.
He does
actor.
jack shit the entire rest of the movie. But like the train fight, it actually shows when they're creative with Magneto.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the thing I'll say. Like a lot of the action was, it was done well.
But
at
it's
least
like
the camera work and stuff.
But there's some random shit he does, like. He pulls up a subway train car to close off a door, but there's cars and a double-decker bus right next to it.
Yeah. I remember. I thought that was like...
What?
I remember he did that. I was like, that's a little unnecessary, isn't it?
It's trying to be a set piece right now?
Like, yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, you're just causing more... You're making it harder for yourself. Like, get some help. No, but...
It's like he tries to stab Green and... It's Green. Jean Grey. Yeah. And he tries to stab her with like one part of the stair railing instead of just... making it all come up and try to stab her at once.
Oh yeah, it's
like it doesn't seem like he's trying.
Yeah, very slowly too. Now, speaking of parts we were laughing at, I laughed at the F-bomb a lot, and I
laughed at Charles going up the stairs.
No, see, I didn't.
I thought
laughed at some weird things, man.
It's so fucking goofy looking.
No, I thought I was like,
walk to me. He's like, no, Gene. His body is just moving. It looks so goofy.
Please, he's literally disabled.
Oh my god, he's walked during most of these movies. For the record,
he's being dragged.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, that's just like, oh no. No, that was pretty effective to me. I thought, but I laughed at that, and I also laughed at the. Charles, a lot of the women do the saving around here. Maybe you should consider renaming the team XMen.
I was like, oh,
dog. Oh my God.
I was like, okay. Did you laugh at that in theater? You sexist.
That wanted me to. I wanted to fold inside myself. Like I was like, that is beyond. Like, who let this happen? Who said that line is okay and let that happen, because like I'm all for feminism now, in movies and shit.
Now?
No, but I'm saying like that in particular, that's just very like, it's just, god damn, that was bad. That was just really bad. And
I thought in general the villain sucked.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
it was ultimately just a cop out just so Jean Grey wouldn't go full evil.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the whole point of the story is she's supposed to go full evil, but then the other chick gets some of the power at some point. So.
Yeah, that pissed me off a lot.
Yeah,
which is just like, okay, you could absorb the power the whole time, and you didn't.
Yeah.
Nobody tried that. Nobody tried it. And she's like, okay, I'll try, and then she does it just fine. To the point where she's killing her and being sadistic about it. So it's like, why did you do this? Why did you need Jean Grey?
The whole plan too was what the fucking same shit as everything. Just bring their race back. Is Man of Steel, right? Same thing. Terraforming Earth. Yeah.
Because they say like, oh yeah, we're gonna take your world.
Yeah, and then like, I don't know. I mean, again, it's just a lot of it was just so. Just who cares? Who cares? Just end, please.
Well, now it is. Except for New Mutants.
And then at the end, they get that little... Because here's the thing. Initially, I thought going into this movie, they already spoiled the ending. Because in Days of Future Past, they wake up from that new future at the end. Wolverine does. Mm-hmm. And everybody's okay.
Yeah.
And Jean Grey's okay. Scott's okay. So it's just like, okay, I guess...
That's a different timeline. That doesn't matter.
No,
that's old actor timeline.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. We can debate that. No, because...
That's not the same timeline.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's not,
bro.
It's not. You think the Apocalypse timeline is in the same timeline as the original X-Men movie?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, But after they change the future in Days of Future Past, he wakes up and it's a different future.
Yeah.
He's been asleep that whole time. It's the future of the current timeline they changed.
I don't think so.
What do you mean you don't think so? Because the point was everybody's safe now. Like the world was to shit, but once they changed the past, you know, the future changes and now it's the timeline of whatever. Okay. You know what? God damn.
I interpret it as two separate timelines, like a split there, where it's like, okay, this is the new timeline. And they kind of just did whatever they want. In Apocalypse, they literally just have an apocalypse in the 70s or 80s.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it was pretty much like this was the end, like, because the future was shit. Wolverine goes in the past, changes the past, and then he wakes up in that new future. And all these movies at this point, they're just flashbacks.
Why did they ever do Rogue again? Rogue is like one of the better X-Men.
It's just wasted potential. But, you know, again, a lot of it's just fucking wasted, you know. Again, timeline, because I mean, that's one thing I'll say, at least with this one, they don't even...
If you say timeline inconsistency in an X-Men movie, it's like saying water is wet. I'm just saying. Yeah, literally every...
Some care, you know, man.
The first X-Men trilogy was the only movie that followed its own timeline. Everything else after that kind of just did whatever the fuck they wanted. X-Men Origins Wolverine kind of ties into it. First Class, whatever the fuck. Literally.
Yeah.
That's so funny. After the fifth movie, they started saying whatever the fuck.
It's funny too, because in X-Men Origins, they had Emma Frost. Mm-hmm. The next movie to come out after that was First Class.
Yep.
Which had
a different Emma Frost.
Yeah, in the 60s, as opposed to the 80s, where she was a teenager.
Yep.
And then Quicksilver as well. He was in X-Men Origins.
Yep.
Fuck. Yeah, this series is over. Yeah, you know, like, whatever they do with it, it can't be any worse than this. I mean, look, props to them for, you know, creating kind of like, you know, because they were one of the big contributors to the whole.
Yeah, they helped superheroes originally, but
you know, the problem was
when they tried to evolve, they did it too late.
No, well, they didn't evolve at all. That's what I think the problem was.
They never did MCU stuff?
No, they just never, like, for example, Apocalypse, that whole plot, take over the world, that's some shit from like 2004, you know, it's old, basic superhero shit, you know. It's just, and now that it tried to evolve, I guess it was, I don't know, it's just too late. Again, it got to
originally there was supposed to be like an X-Men versus Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, no, I heard about that. I can't lie, I thought that would have been kind of cool.
It was basically the Civil War storyline.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I would say, I mean,
it would have been alright.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been something different, you know, it would have been cool, but.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, it just seems like a case where, like, you know, as they went along, you know, they were like, oh fuck, you know, we can't really, just fuck it, you know, we'll just ignore it, go through it. Yeah, they're all 40 years older and they look the same. Who cares? Yeah, you know, just Beast can control the shit whenever he wants now. So
they can have
that.
What's his face?
That Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah. It's
but
like,
why?
At least with Mystique, it kind of made sense, but then Nicholas Hoult is just like, yeah, I can control it. It's not really a.
It takes a lot of, like,
almost purely beneficial.
Yeah, literally. Yes, it is. Like it. I mean, at that point, because the big thing with Beast, you know, it was kind of like a thing with the Hulk, you know, not the Hulk, but the Thing. You know, it's kind of like, hey man, I used to be this handsome guy, now not handsome, but you know. But now I'm all fucking ugly and disgusting and furry and shit. And now with this new series, kind of like, yeah, well, I can just turn it off, you know. It's fine. It's not really a problem. But
I look forward to their inclusion in the MCU. Kevin Feige has basically said that it probably won't happen in Phase 4, though. Which is
yeah. Well, because he said he had...
It'll take time.
Yeah,
it'll take time to both wipe your memory of these movies to an extent where you can, like...
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't even think... Here's from a
you
general...
need at least 4 years, I think.
From a general...
I think the space between... Well, actually, no. It wasn't even that long. From the space between Amazing Spider-Man 2 to Civil War, you need at least a few years.
That was 2 years.
Exactly. Now think about it.
That was literally 2 years, yeah.
Let's give them 2 to 4 years.
No. And this is what I'm saying. I'll argue that this one, by this point, they're already forgotten about. Because I don't even think the box office for this was big.
No, I think they'll give it a bit. That's another reason they're going to give it a bit of time, is also to, like... Because I'm sure they have shit for Phase 4. They already have to introduce Shang-Chi.
Well, yeah. But also, it wasn't part of the plan that he had written, from what he said.
Yeah.
Because they have fail-safes for every single...
Also, like, it's funny because, like, he got started working on the original X-Men movies.
Yeah. as a producer.
And now he's just like,
yeah. Yeah, right now that's crazy. Now
he's think about it.
Yeah. No. And
he's not like excited to have it at all.
And like, again, just props, but overall, just, just.
There's some parts that I liked, though. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'll say that.
No,
I hope to see some characters pop up earlier than an X movie. Like, for example, I know Storm is like a big part of like Black Panther sometimes.
Yeah.
And they get married at one point.
Her too. She was, she had sided with.
She was not only underpowered, but she was useless in this movie.
She had sided with Apocalypse. Everybody just kind of forgets that she, killed a bunch of people.
She's also like super young compared to everyone else.
Yeah, it's been 10 years. For her to...
Oh, yeah. God damn.
Yeah, it's been 2 years. Again, for every...
Tyler get Halle Berry. She's in John Wick. She can just be in this movie.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Quicksilver looks this...
He has silver hair. You can't tell.
Yeah,
he has better hair than his dad. Think about it.
Hey, stop it.
So, yeah. That's how they end XMen, I guess.
No, I remember the point I was saying. Like, from a general public standpoint, like, for example, now the MCU is, like, it's kind of ingrained in, like, my friends who aren't into comic stuff, they know about it. They follow everything. They have also, a general understanding.
Also, it's funny that the Mutant Containment Unit has MCU.
That had to be intentional.
No, I think maybe the MCU has been around since the beginning. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen the original X-Men movies in a long time, but I think the Mutant Containment Unit or whatever is probably like a thing, but like it's just funny.
No,
it's just funny.
I'll bet you money it's never been. I'll bet you.
So good on X-Men for having a simultaneous universe at the same time as the MCU and just keep going with it.
Yeah, I guess.
After Iron Man started, they put out X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is kind of funny.
Oh boy, yeah,
but kind of kept going with it.
Yeah, but like again, like just. From a general standpoint, MCU movie, like, everybody kind of knows them now. Nobody even knows really about DC. You can notice by the amount of memes you see. When a movie comes out, like when Endgame came out, so many memes. When Batman v Superman came out, or Justice League or anything. Well, like that.
It's also like the.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of other factors.
It's also that Endgame is the second highest grossing movie of all time.
No, okay, yeah. But like, for example, the X-Men franchise, like, so I had some friends ask me, like, hey, so...
No one cares. Like, it's...
Yeah, they were like...
It was like, oh, I love the X-Men movies anymore.
Yeah, yeah, because I had a friend ask me, like, hey,
Sorry, Jeremy, I know. You're a friend of that.
So they were just like, hey, so what's going on with this one? I was like, man, don't worry about it. Like, it doesn't matter. It's all going to be over soon anyways. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I think this is the worst one. I would rather watch. Which one would you rather watch than the? Is there a movie in this series that
Last Stand did it better?
Yeah, I would rather watch Last Stand than this. No, honestly, well, I would rather.
I mean, yeah, actually, because this movie's kind of boring in parts.
Yeah, I'm telling you, yeah, like that's the worst part.
The thing is, at least The Last Stand let Jean Grey go full evil.
Yeah, that too.
They didn't have the guts in 2006 to go like, okay, we're going to go into space and Phoenix Force and all that jazz, which they never call the Phoenix Force. They say Phoenix like 2 or 3 times. That's it. Then, yeah. I don't know. It's just, it ain't there, Chief. What would I watch over this?
Or like, is there a movie that you think is worse than this? That you'd rather watch this over?
See... The only X-Men movie I haven't seen is Wolverine. I've seen parts of it.
A lot better than this. A lot better.
Really, though?
A lot better than this.
I don't know about that. Deadpool, both of them I'm like kind of on. They're okay, but like I don't think I'd ever go watch Deadpool again. There's too much human shit in Deadpool. Like it's too much like melodramatic stuff for like a comedy.
Deadpool?
Yeah, he's like, oh, my girlfriend, I have to save her. Or, oh, my girlfriend, she's dead and I'm sad about her and I'm going to go see her in a dream all the time. Which is like...
That's Deadpool 2, isn't it?
That's, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which is like, okay, this is definitely like the Fox executives being like, you can't just have him break the fourth wall over time. I was like, well, yeah, you can. That's kind of the comic.
Yeah.
I mean, you should just be a shithead that's just not tied to reality.
I would rather watch X-Men over this, X-Men 2, The Last Stand, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I just want to watch them. I just put them in a box and hide them.
I mean, they were good for their time, but hey, yes, I'm telling you. Wait, I guess he wasn't right around these.
Guarantee you, Wolverine's going to be cast with some young guy no one's ever heard of. People are going to be like, oh no, don't do that. And then he's going to be great at it. Just like Robert Pattinson as Batman. People get mad for no reason.
I had a dream. I saw some footage of him as Batman. It's pretty good.
Apparently he put on like the Christian Bale suit and they picked him. Which is like a tradition.
No, I thought the tradition...
The tradition is to...
I've never heard of that one. I've heard of the Superman one. With every Superman actor, they test out the Christopher Reeve suit. Mm. But as far as for Batman, I don't...
So there was a tradition... Like, okay, so for Ben Affleck, they didn't have him do anything, I don't think, or something like that. And then Robert Pattinson, they made him do it. And then back whenever... When Christian Bale did it, they made him put on the Michael Keaton suit, but not the George Clooney suit.
No, it wasn't the Keaton suit. It was the Forever one.
No, it was not Bad Nipples.
Look up the picture.
See, the thing was...
Look up the picture. It wasn't Keaton. I know that suit by heart. Look up the picture.
It wasn't me?
Yeah, no. I swear to God, bro, I'm telling you.
Batman...
No, just look up...
Forever.
Not Batman Forever. Just look up test footage. But yeah, I know that suit by heart.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, see, the logo's not the same. Look at the logo.
That's not him, is it?
Yeah, it is.
That's Christian Bale with those fucking lips?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, that looks like him. Yep.
Oh, that looks like him.
Yeah, totally. Look at the suit. It's not the Keaton one.
That's not the Bat Nipples, though.
It's the Forever one. I don't think they have the Bat Nipples on the Forever one.
There's that Batman and Robin that has the nipples.
Yeah. There's Batman Forever. That's the Val Kilmer one, and then there's Batman and Robin.
Either way, so there's some sort of tradition where like it skips skip a generation.
So
Ben Affleck didn't do it, but they trusted Robert Pattinson with the.
Where'd you hear that from?
I heard it from a Funhouse podcast.
Oh, okay, because I haven't heard that yet.
I haven't looked into it too much, but
I'm sure it's true.
I haven't verified it, but I should verify it. But I trust my sources. But anyway, the thing is that they trust Robert Pattinson, so I'm going to trust Robert Pattinson. Also, he probably has more longevity.
Yeah. Well, they're starting over, at this point.
You want to talk about how X-Men is a mess? DC is way worse.
Nah, I think they're both on the same league.
No.
they're both on the same.
No,
at least X-Men has a couple good movies.
At least X-Men knows how to put out consistent movies. You say at least they have a few good movies.
Oh, no.
God.
Right. Well.
Yeah, that's basically all we have to say about Dark Phoenix. The worst and possibly last one? Question mark?
No, it's the last one. There's no clickbait. It's the last one.
It's going clickbait in the title.
No, God damn it.
I said it in the show, so it's not clickbait anymore.
Well, I don't even know what I'd give this movie, to be honest. That's a weird rating. Because I want to give it like a 0, but then I don't want to be that mean.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that... But that's the thing. It's not really that it's that bad. It's just, it's fucking boring. Like, at times, you know? I just give it a 5. It's a nothing film for me.
I almost... A 5?
Yeah, it's a nothing film.
I kind of see that. Because, like, I almost gave it, like, a 7. And I was like,
No, why would you... No.
Because, like, even Ultron, I gave, like, a 6.5.
Yeah.
So, like, I'd much rather watch Ultron than this.
Yeah.
As, like, basic as Ultron is, like,
a whole ass train.
I'll give it a 6.
Come on.
A 6. So 6 and a 5.
That rounds out to like 0 or something.
5.5. 5.5 for Dark Phoenix. My God, we're super behind on putting these out. We still have the Godzilla to put out, and then this one relatively quickly. I don't know what movie's coming out this week.
No, and I think we have a break. I think we have a break. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll figure out something. So if something doesn't come out, we'll probably just do it like a pick style. We'll pick a random movie that's easy to watch, and we'll watch it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Again, check out Skillshare in the description down below. Check out some classes. You don't need to watch this movie. I think we described it pretty well. You can skip it and have a great day. So, bye-bye.
What was up with you? That sounded so... hey, kids, you know what? Look. Don't, fuck. God,
yeah, talk shit, get hit. Okay.
Guys, look. Thanks for listening. That's it. All right. Cut.